7 foods to sleep like never before. 95% of seniors ruin their sleep every night, and it starts with this common, harmless habit. You're not alone. In fact, over 90% of seniors unknowingly sabotage their sleep every single night. Not with stress, not with screens, but with food. Yes, what you eat after 60 could be the very thing destroying your natural sleep cycles. But here's the good news. It can also be your solution. I'm Dr. James, and today we're uncovering 7 powerful foods that can help restore deep, healing sleep, naturally. Some of these foods actually perform better than prescription sleep medications in clinical studies. Others, you're probably eating them the wrong way, or at the wrong time, and it's silently hurting your sleep. And here's what most people miss. Each food works differently, depending on your sleep problem. Whether you struggle to fall asleep, wake up at 3 a.m., or just feel groggy in the morning, I'll show you how to match the right food to your body's needs. Stick with me until the end. I'll even share one common drink most seniors trust that may be secretly keeping you awake. Ready to take back your nights, naturally. Then hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. What time do you usually wake up at night? Or are you one of the lucky few who still sleep through? Food number 1. Decaf coffee, the silent sleep killer. You've finished dinner. The kitchen's quiet. And as you settle in for the evening, you pour yourself a comforting cup of decaf, believing it's harmless. But what if I told you that cozy mug might be one of the biggest reasons you keep waking up at 2 a.m.? Here's the truth most people don't realize. Decaf coffee still contains caffeine, usually about 7% of the original content. And while that might sound small, after 60, your body processes caffeine far more slowly. That tiny amount can linger in your system for hours, subtly stimulating your nervous system and blocking your natural sleep chemicals. But the caffeine isn't even the biggest problem. After decades of drinking coffee, your brain has formed powerful associations. Smell coffee, feel alert. That automatic connection doesn't go away just because the caffeine is lower. Your evening decaf might be triggering your wake-up wiring without you even knowing it. And there's more. Some decaffeination methods use chemical solvents like methylene chloride, compounds that may interfere with your brain's delicate chemistry. Over time, these trace residues could be disrupting the same sleep centers you're trying to calm. Let me tell you about my mother, Ellen. She's 74, and for years, she struggled with mysterious 2 a.m. wake-ups. We tried everything: melatonin, light therapy, new pillows. Nothing worked. Then one evening, I noticed she was sipping her usual, harmless cup of decaf. We swapped it out for warm vanilla almond milk with a touch of honey. No caffeine, no chemical triggers. Within 3 nights, she slept through the night for the first time in over a year. It was that simple. So, what can you enjoy instead? Try a calming herbal blend, like chamomile, which we'll talk about later, or warm honey lemon water. Even a caffeine-free rooibos with cinnamon can satisfy that evening ritual without hijacking your sleep. Your evening beverage shouldn't be waking your brain up. It should be gently guiding it to rest. Have you been drinking decaf after dinner? If so, try skipping it for a week. Then let me know. Did your sleep change? Food number 2. Cherries, nature's sleep hormone. Let's talk about one of nature's most powerful and overlooked sleep remedies, tart cherries. They may look small, but these little fruits are loaded with one of the most critical hormones your brain needs to fall and stay asleep: melatonin. Unlike synthetic melatonin supplements, which often cause grogginess or disrupt your natural sleep cycle, tart cherries deliver melatonin in its natural form, along with anti-inflammatory compounds and antioxidants that support overall brain and body repair while you rest. Let me introduce you to David. He's 68, a retired teacher from Boston. For years, David relied on prescription sleep aids just to get through the night. I'd fall asleep, he told me, but I'd wake up feeling drugged, disconnected, like I hadn't really rested. Then his daughter suggested he try tart cherry juice before bed. He was skeptical, but desperate. Within a week, everything changed. Not only was David falling asleep faster, he was staying asleep through the night and waking up with clarity he hadn't felt in years. It was like someone turned a light back on in my brain, he said. So what's the secret to making cherries work? If your problem is falling asleep, try eating 8 to 10 tart cherries or drinking 2 ounces of tart cherry juice about 60 minutes before bed. But if you often wake up in the middle of the night, you'll want a slower release. Blend a handful of frozen tart cherries with a splash of almond milk. The healthy fat helps your body absorb melatonin gradually, giving you sustained support while you sleep. And here's a safety note. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, talk to your doctor first. Cherries may enhance the medication's effect. But for most seniors, cherries are a delicious, gentle way to retrain your body's sleep rhythm without a single pill. So tonight, skip the late-night cookie or crackers. Instead, grab a bowl of tart cherries, turn down the lights, and let your body remember how sleep is supposed to feel. Have you ever tried tart cherries for sleep? Let me know how it worked for you, or if you're giving it a try tonight. Food number 3. Kiwi, the sleep fruit that beats pills. It's fuzzy, tart, and smaller than your fist, but don't underestimate the kiwi. This humble fruit may just be more effective than melatonin pills when it comes to helping you fall asleep naturally. In fact, a study from Taipei Medical University found that eating 2 kiwi fruits 1 hour before bed helped participants fall asleep 42% faster, sleep 13% longer, and wake up less often during the night. Why does it work so well? Kiwi is unusually rich in serotonin, the relaxation chemical your brain needs to produce melatonin. It also contains folate, which regulates sleep hormones, and a powerful mix of antioxidants that help reduce inflammation, a common reason seniors don't enter deep, restful sleep stages. Let me tell you about Susan. She's 59 and worked night shifts as a nurse for over 3 decades. By the time she retired, her sleep was a mess. I'd lie in bed exhausted, but wide awake, sometimes until 4 a.m., she shared. Susan had tried everything from white noise machines to prescription sedatives. Then one night, her grandson, a nutrition student, handed her 2 kiwis and said, "Just eat them, skin and all." She laughed, but she tried it. Within 3 nights, she was asleep before 11. Within 3 weeks, she said it felt like her sleep had been upgraded. Here's the key. Don't peel the kiwi. The skin, while fuzzy, contains 3 times more fiber and even higher levels of antioxidants and serotonin than the flesh. After a quick rinse, it's safe to eat and actually has a pleasant tartness that grows on you. Want to take it further? Add a small handful of pumpkin seeds. The zinc in the seeds works alongside kiwi's folate to enhance serotonin production, making this duo a natural, delicious sleep solution. So if pills haven't worked, maybe it's time to go fuzzy. Try it tonight. 2 whole kiwis, skin on, about an hour before bed. Then share in the comments. Did you feel the difference? Food number 4. Oatmeal at night? Yes. Here's why. You've probably heard this advice for years. Don't eat anything before bed. But if you're over 60 and find yourself waking up around 3 a.m. for no clear reason, that advice might be doing more harm than good. You see, as we age, our blood sugar regulation becomes less stable, especially during the night. A small drop in blood glucose can actually trigger the release of cortisol, your body's stress hormone. And that sudden jolt? It's often the reason many older adults wake up wide-eyed in the early hours, even when the house is silent. Here's where a warm, simple bowl of oatmeal can help. Unlike sugary snacks or empty carbs, oatmeal is a complex carbohydrate. It digests slowly, helping to stabilize your blood sugar throughout the night. But that's not all. Oats also contain magnesium, which relaxes your muscles, zinc, which your body uses to make melatonin, and a little-known plant compound called avenin, which has mild sedative properties unique to oats. Robert, a 70-year-old retired pilot from Colorado, used to wake up like clockwork, 3:12 a.m. every night, no matter what. He tried everything from blackout curtains to white noise machines. Nothing worked. Then, he decided to try something old-fashioned, oatmeal. He started eating a small bowl about an hour before bed. Just rolled oats cooked in unsweetened almond milk, with a drizzle of honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The first night, he still woke up. The second night, the same. But on the third night, he slept through until dawn, and he kept sleeping soundly for weeks after that. He told me, "It felt like someone finally shut off that internal alarm clock." Here's why it worked so well. The oats provided steady energy to prevent that middle-of-the-night cortisol spike. The honey supported natural melatonin production, and the cinnamon helped smooth out any remaining blood sugar fluctuations. Altogether, they created the kind of calm his body had been missing for years. So if you're going to bed hungry or avoiding food out of habit, try reversing course. Let a warm bowl of oatmeal be your last gentle act of the day. You might just wake up feeling like yourself again. Have you ever used food to improve your sleep? I'd love to hear your experience. Food number 5, salmon and boiled eggs, the overlooked sleep builders. When most people think about sleep-friendly foods, they picture herbal teas or fruit, not salmon or eggs. But here's the surprising truth. These two protein-rich staples may be some of the most powerful tools you have to restore deep, healing sleep after 60. Let's start with wild-caught salmon. It's rich in tryptophan, an amino acid your body uses to produce serotonin, the calming neurotransmitter that sets the stage for melatonin, your sleep hormone. Salmon is also packed with vitamin B12 and omega-3 fatty acids, both of which are essential for regulating your internal clock and promoting the kind of slow-wave sleep that helps repair aging brain and body tissue. Then there are eggs, especially boiled eggs eaten in the evening. They're one of the few foods that contain a perfect balance of high-quality protein, choline, and selenium, nutrients that support your nervous system and help you stay asleep through the night. Yet many older adults avoid foods like salmon or eggs at dinner, thinking they're too heavy or too stimulating for sleep. In reality, the exact opposite is true. When paired with the right foods, they can create a calming, grounding effect. Take Linda, for example. She's 67 and used to dread bedtime. I'd lie there, fully exhausted, but wired, like my brain couldn't shut off. She had tried skipping dinner, eating lighter, or just drinking tea, but nothing helped. One evening, at the advice of her doctor, she made a simple dinner: a small portion of grilled salmon with a side of mashed sweet potato and steamed spinach. The next morning, she called it the best night's sleep I've had in 2 years. It wasn't a fluke. She repeated the same meal twice a week and began adding a boiled egg with a few leafy greens on alternate nights. The pattern continued: better sleep, fewer nighttime awakenings, and no grogginess in the morning. The magic here is in the pairing. The complex carbs from sweet potato help tryptophan reach the brain more easily. The healthy fats in salmon slow digestion just enough to create sustained relaxation. And the egg supports overnight brain function with steady protein and calming nutrients. So if your dinners have been too light or low protein, it might be time to bring balance back to your plate. Your brain and your sleep just might thank you. Have you ever tried eating salmon or eggs in the evening? Let me know what effect it had on your sleep, even if it surprised you. Food number 6. Chamomile tea. The 90% are making it wrong. Chamomile tea has long been the go-to bedtime drink. It's calming, gentle, and feels like a warm hug at the end of the day. But here's the part hardly anyone talks about, and why most people over 60 never get the full benefit. Over 90% of seniors brew chamomile the wrong way. And when you do, you destroy the very compound that makes it work. That compound is apigenin, a natural plant chemical that binds to the same receptors in your brain as anti-anxiety medications. But instead of knocking you out like a drug, apigenin gently signals your nervous system to slow down, helping you drift into sleep naturally without grogginess or side effects. The problem? Apigenin is fragile. Most people pour boiling water directly over chamomile tea bags or flowers. That single step, using water that's too hot, breaks down apigenin before your body ever has a chance to use it. Let me tell you about Patricia. She's 78, a retired librarian, and had been battling chronic insomnia for years. Every night she brewed chamomile tea, hoping it would help. But it never did. Then one evening, her grandson, studying herbal medicine, watched her make it. "Grandma," he said, "you're boiling it to death." He showed her the correct way. First, boil the water, then let it cool for about 2 minutes before pouring. He used loose chamomile flowers, not bags, and covered the mug to trap the delicate oils. They waited 10 minutes before uncovering it. Patricia didn't expect much, but that night, for the first time in months, she fell asleep without tossing and turning. She woke up refreshed and in disbelief. "I always thought it was me," she said. "Turns out, it was just my tea." If you want chamomile to truly work, here's what to remember. Let the water cool slightly. Around 175 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal. Use loose flowers when possible. Cover the mug while steeping to hold in the volatile oils, and let it sit a full 10 minutes. Want to boost the effect even further? Add a small spoonful of raw honey and a drop of natural vanilla extract. The honey supports melatonin production, and the vanilla adds a gentle aromatherapy layer that soothes the brain. Chamomile, when prepared with care, becomes more than a ritual. It becomes a gentle, natural medicine for your nervous system. Have you ever tried chamomile this way? If not, tonight might be the perfect night to start. Food number 7. Almonds and bananas, the anti-anxiety duo. Sometimes it's not your body that keeps you awake, it's your mind. You lie in bed, lights off, and suddenly every thought from the day comes rushing back. Regrets, worries, the to-do list for tomorrow. That racing mind? It's one of the biggest barriers to restful sleep for people over 60. And no, it's not just stress. As we age, our brains become more sensitive to cortisol, the hormone behind that spinning mental hamster wheel at 2 a.m. But there's a simple, natural combination that helps quiet the mind and ease the body into sleep: almonds and bananas. Let's start with almonds. They're one of the best food sources of magnesium, a mineral that acts like nature's off switch for your nervous system. Magnesium helps lower cortisol levels, regulate your heartbeat, and relax tense muscles. Almonds also provide tryptophan, which your body uses to make serotonin and melatonin, the two neurochemicals that set the stage for sleep. Now pair that with a banana, and you've got something powerful. Bananas are rich in vitamin B6, which is essential for converting tryptophan into serotonin. They also contain potassium and magnesium, which work together to relax your muscles, calm your nerves, and support the transition into deep, uninterrupted sleep. Let me tell you about Barbara, a 75-year-old retired attorney from Florida. She came to me after struggling for years with what she called mental noise at bedtime. Her doctor had prescribed sleeping pills, but they left her foggy and disoriented the next day. Not ideal when you're trying to stay independent. I suggested something simple: About 10 almonds and half a banana 1 hour before bed. But here's the key. She soaked the almonds in water during the day and gently peeled off the skins before eating. That small step made the magnesium more absorbable and easier to digest. The results weren't instant. But by the end of the second week, Barbara said she felt like someone had turned down the volume in her brain. The thoughts are still there, she told me, but now they don't control me. I can notice them and still fall asleep. That's the beauty of this duo. It doesn't force your mind into silence. It simply makes space for your brain to unwind at its own pace. So tonight, skip the cookies. Instead, try a few soaked almonds with half a ripe banana. Let that be your invitation to rest. Have you ever used food to calm an anxious mind? I'd love to hear what worked, or what you're going to try after tonight. So there you have it. 7 powerful natural ways to bring sleep back into your life. From tart cherries to chamomile, salmon to almonds, each of these foods works with your body's biology, not against it. You don't need to rely on sleeping pills to rest. You just need to give your body the right tools at the right time. Try one change tonight, just one. Then come back and tell me what worked for you, what surprised you most. And if this helped, don't forget to subscribe, because your best years deserve your best sleep. Sweet dreams, my friend.